Nation, I was going to nationals in high school and all that, and then I left and for a 5-year period, and then now I'm back again. So I was doing it before. A lot of guys go to jail and they start working out. I went to jail and stopped working out. All them dudes like do it. I don't know. I just couldn't do it. It's different. Like a lot of people go just to pass time, and then I didn't want to do that because it reminded me of something that I wanted to do. So it's like I'd rather stay away from that because it made me feel less depressed.
And what has it, meant to your life actually to go through that experience? How do you use that right now?
Well, I use it every day. I mean, at this last meet, I almost had tears in my eyes when I thought about my last deadlift and how bad I wanted to total over 2,000. And it's really humbling when you think that you have everything and you realize that all the people in your life disappear when you're at a troubled spot. And then to come back and know that in the back of my mind when I see people smiling in my face because of the accomplishments that I'm doing, that's not real. And I just got to stay focused with my family and keep everything in line because I don't want to lose my dream again because I lost it for so long. And you get to a point where you don't want to live anymore, and then finally you get to come out and achieve some of the things that you just had in your mind the whole time you were down there.
So you're really kind of using getting back to your powerlifting career as a way to get yourself back on track. Is it unfair to say, are you trying to redeem yourself these days?
I feel like I do try to redeem myself because, every person who said I couldn't do it, it gives me more motivation to show them I can. When they say that I can't be a world-class powerlifter after doing what I did, then it just makes me want to show them that I can not only be a world-class powerlifter, I can be the best powerlifter on the planet. So, I mean, it really drives me to keep going and not stop. And I have a lot of confidence in myself and the things I do, and where I've come from only pushes me more.
You mentioned yesterday it was kind of one of the big things you got about your time in being incarcerated was it's very humbling for you, and that sounds like it was good for you in a way. Could you just talk about that again too? You were on top before, you were a top powerlifter. You kind of hit the the floor, so to speak, and then you built yourself back up since then. But how did being humbled, like you mentioned yesterday, how does that help you today?
Well, the humbling part is that you realize that you're just human and that you are just a number and your life can be taken away in an instant. And it helps me today just because I think about all the times, you're hungry in jail and you don't have anything to eat, and, they feed you at last meals like at 3 o'clock and you're starving, your family has to send you money just to have the hygienes, the toothpaste, and I mean, you get cold showers. I mean, it's a humbling experience for somebody who comes from a good family and shouldn't have never walked the road that he walked, and you make one mistake and you're somewhere where you never thought you'd be. It's always you have the attitude of that can't happen to me, oh, that happens to other people, and then when it's right in your face and the judge is telling you that you got to be locked up for 5 years, it's kind of a wow, look where my life has gone.
Good thing you had already trained your muscles and they had that memory to come back to when you left.
It does have memory, yeah.
Build right back.
Doesn't take long at all.
For him to bounce back in 1 year and be where he's at is pretty remarkable. It's part of the story, actually.
It tells a lot about your training before you got there.
Yeah. My goal is to be the best 242 single ply lifter in the nation. And if I do what I basically know I can do this week, I will be the #1 242 in the nation.
What are you doing this week?
The USPF State Championships in Austin, Texas.
And who will you be up against?
All the guys from Texas. This is one of the biggest meets in Texas, so you could be up against anybody. I mean, you could be up against big names. Basically, anybody can show up to this meet, so you really have to be prepared because you never know how hard people have been training. USPF, you just have to pay your fees, and you have to have a qualifying total, which is $16.25. So you have a qualifying total, and as long as you have that qualifying total, you can show up to the meet. There's powerlifting websites that you can go to, and basically if you're into powerlifting, just different websites, Powerlifting Watch, USPF websites, they all have websites, so if you surf enough, you can find different meets to go to. My future goal is to win the national championship in July, and after that, then I'll come up with some more future goals.
Do you have to succeed in Austin to go there in July?
Yeah, I'm going to qualify for what they call the American Cup, which is the top 3 lifters in the United States get chosen by Steve Dennison. You get a phone call saying that you were invited to the American Cup. You can either defer or go, and I'll choose to go. So this meet that's coming up this week will qualify me for the American Cup if my totals are good enough, which I think my totals will be the best on the roster.